welcome back. In this video tutorial we are going to be learning how to create a report in Microsoft Access, and that is the part where this unit gets more exciting because by creating a report we're actually going to be creating our top trump cards. So just a reminder of what we've done previously, we've created a table for fruit and veg as well as the form for fruit and veg characters. So what we're going to do today is create the report. To do this we need to go to the Create tab at the top and we're going to select Report Wizard. The first thing you'll probably notice is that in the Table/Queries box at the top, our table for fruit and veg characters has already been selected. Below we have the available fields, and this part is very similar to the form. The double arrow lets us select all of the available fields and transfer them into the selected fields, or the single arrows allows us to do this one at a time. I'm going to put them all across using the double arrow. Now on these selected fields, I've decided that I don't really need the ID number to be displayed on my top trump card. So what I'm going to do is move that back over into the available fields using the single arrow. Once you've done that, you can click Next. And you don't need to do anything here, so we'll click Next again. Again, we can keep this as it is, Next. We'll have the tabular section, so we'll click Next. And we arrive at the point where we get to rename our report. So just like we have done with the form and the table, we'll start with some letters. So we'll have RPT, good practice to stand for report, underscore, and just to fit in with the theme of the others, we'll call them fruit and veg. Click Finish now, and you'll have something that looks a little bit like this. Now this is the standard report from Report Wizard. And a report basically means a printable version of your data. So this would be a sheet that we could print out displaying all of the data we have on each of our characters. Okay, so it's listed all there. All the information is there, but it's not in the way that we'd like to see it. So what we're going to do next is we are going to edit this report in Design View. And once again we access Design View by clicking in the top left hand corner. And Design View comes up just like this. There we go. So the first thing I'm going to do here then is I'm going to get rid of the information that's currently in the report header and the page footer, because I don't need this to be shown on my top trump cards. So to do this, select the item, and once the orange box appears, right click and click Delete, and it will move there. And all we're going to do is drag up the box there just to get rid of that empty space. I'm going to do the same in the footer now, so select the boxes you want to delete, right click Select Delete, and we'll drag up the space because we don't need that anymore. Now we have our detail in our page header here, and we're going to make a little bit more space because this is the main section where we're going to be working from. Now in the page header, these are our labels, in other words these are our fields. So these are the names of all the different data that we have. Below in the detail section, this is actually all the data. So there we have our drop down menus where you could originally pick your selected number. And what we're going to do is we need to move these ones down. So by holding down Control and selecting all of them, you can drag them all at the same time. And we're doing this so that we can move the labels down in the detail section as well. So we'll do the same and select all of those. We'll drag those down too. Go. And there you go, those little green arrows in the corner there, those indicate that those are the labels and not the data itself. Now this is the picture box. So I'm going to drag this to the centre, and then first of all we're going to make this slightly smaller. Reposition it there. Okay, now because the picture was an OLE object and it was the data itself, we don't really need the label for picture, so I've deleted that just there. I also don't really want the label for name, I just want to have the character's name displayed, but I don't want it to be labelled as name, so I've deleted that one as well. And I'm moving the name representing the data up to the top here. And make that a little bit smaller and drag it a little bit more central, just like that. Now, the labels that I have left are all the different qualities of our character, the ones we are rating. So we want these ones to go on our top trump card. So all I'm going to do now is move them so they're in a nice order, put them all in line so they fall underneath each other. You can resize. By resizing, it doesn't necessarily mean at this point that they're all going to be in line. So this will take a bit of practice to get this right. It's going to be a bit of trial and error, but we'll see how we get on. Just put the rest of these in place now. Go, my last one is health. There we go. It's not on the opposite side now. I am going to put in all the data, so match them up, so colour goes with colour. And I'm going to overlap them slightly. This doesn't really matter, it's just so it all fits in nice, all lines up and looks a little bit neater when it's on a card. Yeah, just do some more resizing. And the last one now, put that in too. And there we go. So what I'm going to do now is show you what this looks like in the report view. So as you can see, it looks very different to what it did originally, and you can see the start of our cards taking shape now. You can see they are a bit out of line, and with the numbers there, we still have that background of the boxes where you could select from a drop down menu. I don't really want those to be shown, so we're going to go back to design view now. And we're going to edit these a bit more. So first of all, I'm going to drag my boxes out so that all of the words are in line rather than the boxes themselves. This won't matter too much because you're not going to see the boxes, you're just going to see the text. So the text lines up, they'll look a bit neater on your card. I've selected colour and juicy now by using the control, and we're going to go over to the property sheet because we want to get rid of that border. So all we need to do is go to border style, and where it says solid, we're going to click in that box and select the drop down menu, and we're going to choose transparent, and this basically means that the lines will disappear. They'll become clear so that we can't see them. So go back to report view now. That's tidied that up a little bit more. It is starting to look a little bit more like a top trump card now. Still not quite happy with that name there, so I'm probably going to move that. Still probably won't be perfect, but we can have a go. We'll try it there. There we go, it's getting there slowly. It's slightly more central now. Back to design view. And at this point, we want to be able to import our card design, and you should have done this already. So I've just made a very simple one here. As you can see, this is my card outline. I've got some simple decoration at the bottom, and I have a line there which would hopefully separate my picture and the data below. So all I'm going to do is right click and select edit, and then from here I'm going to select copy, and then simply go back into the database, right click and select paste. And our card appears just like that, just like a normal image would. All we're going to do is drag it over now. And as you can see, by copying this into the database, it's currently covering all of my data. So what we're going to do is right click, and we're going to go down to position. And all we're going to do is select center back, and it sends it behind all of the data. See the card starting to take shape a bit more now. Now we're going to do is do some resizing. but you might be able to see there that once I resize my card, it actually cuts some of the card off. And obviously we don't want this, so we need to change another thing in the property sheet. And what we're going to change is the size mode, and we're going to go from clip to zoom. And that then makes our card appear as a whole card again. Okay, we're just doing a bit of formatting now. Again, it is just playing around, trying to get it to look how you want it to. I'm trying to get mine so that the picture box is above the line and the data is below that line. So I've made the card a little bit bigger. I'm going to actually select the image box now and move that up. Like that. There we go, so we'll go to report view again, and now you can see it's really starting to look like a top Trumps card. So I still have a bit of a problem here. Now that I've applied that colour, I can't see the labels for my data. So we're going to go back to design view now. And I'm going to select all of the labels by holding down the control and clicking on each one. And select the data as well, we might as well change those too. And I'm going to select the 4 colour, because that's the colour for the text. And I'm going to select a nice blue shade to match my card. There you go, you can see already that the labels are starting to show up more as well as the data. I also want to see if I can try and get rid of the background for these boxes as well. I'm just moving my name again, I'm still not happy with that. So once again, I'm going to hold down the control and select all of the data tags there. And I'm going to change the background, hopefully to one that's very, very similar to the card, if not the same. If you use standard colours, you will be able to find the same one. I think that's close. Well, that's not too bad. Slightly off. Oh, I've got the name on there. I'll just change that as well. Go. So now if we go to report view, it's starting to look a lot more like a Trumps card. So if we go into layout view now, layout view, you can still do some formatting, but it's mainly formatted to do with resizing and reshaping and also changing sizes. So I'm going to try and make my font a little bit bigger, maybe slightly smaller than that. Go, just makes that a little bit more obvious now on the card. And there we go. Got my nice image there. I'll just show you the cards have to go down. Once you've done it to one, it will apply it to all of the cards that you've created. So once you've done it once, you don't have to do it for every single character that you've made. You can see them all there. The last one there, first potato. And there you go. So once you've produced your report in Microsoft Access, this is what you can print out.